Lawyers for the federal government and states challenging the executive order of filing briefs today at the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco. CBS News legal analyst Rikki Klieman is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's likely to happen as this winds its way up the appeals court?
Well, this is going to be a really quick schedule. Right now, you have a three-judge panel. Each circuit gets a three-judge emergency panel. This is the panel for February. They are going to get these briefs today. They could decide as early as later today or tomorrow. They do not need to schedule a hearing. So are they going to extend this temporary restraining order and make it into what we call a preliminary injunction? Or are they going to say, no, we don't need a temporary restraining order here, and that the judge who decided it was wrong?
What happens when the judges disagree? Like the Washington state judges ruled one way. In Boston, the judge ruled in favor of the Trump administration.
What you have here is what we call a differentiation between the circuits. So you've got a federal court in Washington. That's what we have.
Washington.
And you have a federal court in Washington, which is now in the Ninth Circuit in San Francisco. By the way, the Ninth Circuit, known as one of the more liberal circuits in the country, versus a federal judge in Boston. Usually we have what we call comity, that is comity, that is that judges will accommodate the decisions of the other. The judge in Washington said, this is a national order.
Right.
Everything stops. Right. So even if we disagree, no more disagreement now, I've made an order. Why? Immigration is a national issue. We can't have willy-nilly one part of the country deciding for another part of the country.
But he did say it affected the citizens of Washington.
And Minnesota.
Yes.
Very interesting.
The interesting thing, could it go to the Supreme Court?
It is definitely going to the Supreme Court. Whoever is going to lose here, whichever side, you could have the three-judge panel deciding one way or the other. Then you may go to the whole circuit.
How long will that take?
Well, it could take a while, Charlie. These things are not fast, though they will try to fast track it. Then let's look at the Supreme Court. We have 8. We don't have 9.
Yeah. So we have 3 branches of government, just to remind everybody, the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. What are the implications of the executive, meaning President Trump, saying that about a circuit court judge?
So-called judge.
Well, the so-called judge comment and the other comments probably in the world of the law are not part of the grounds of civility. We would like to see the branches respect one another, but be that as it may, he certainly has freedom of speech, even as the President of the United States, whether some people like his comment or not. What is intriguing to me is that the judge himself wrote in this very short order, it's really very small, he wrote about the power of the third branch of government, the judicial branch, to look over the legislative branch and to the executive branch, the president, and to make sure that any law, and this is clearly within the president's purview to look at immigration, but that any law must pass constitutional muster. So you have 3 equal branches of government. This is a constitutional crisis, Nora. This is the first one.
Yeah, it is a constitutional crisis. And you see now the White House Chief of Staff, Reince Priebus, saying we've got to have a checklist now because a quick decision like this, if you don't consult, could end up being not only far-reaching but embarrassing for the executive.
Could be, but what you also have is the ability over time to redraft. You do have legislation that can be drafted by Congress or another policy drafted by the executive.
Thank you, Rikki.
Thank you so much. So interesting.
A legal issue, a constitutional issue, and a political issue.
Yeah, we are all watching.